Ultimate Toy Collector here at Diamond Select Toys booth, New York Toy Fair 2018. Yes, I almost made a mistake. I said Comic-Con.
He's
New
very
York Toy
tired.
Fair. Not as tired as this guy.
No.
One of my favorite booths. You know, Zach's awesome. Always shows us all the best stuff. And one of my favorites, right above my head up there, Marvel Select. So you know I'm going to ask him a couple questions. I will. But I am happy to see that there's an X-Men to the addition of the Marvel Selects. It's been a long time.
It has, unless you count, some of the peripheral characters like, Lady Deadpool or Cable or anything like that. So the core X-Men, it's been a while since Colossus.
Yeah. Colossus.
That was when I first started here, pretty much. Yeah, Nightcrawler was later than that.
And Storm was
Storm
somewhere
and Nightcrawler. Yeah, we have done a few since I've been on board. So yeah, it's.
And this looks like is this going to be with Beast, the Danger Room piece?
Yes, we've done that with a lot of the X-Men. So he'll have the Danger Room piece with the monkey bars, and yeah, so it'll connect. It not connect, but you can display it with the other pieces that came with Gambit and Storm and Cyclops, I believe, and some of the other guys.
So to me, when I talk about X-Men, that's what I'm talking about because I love those Danger Room pieces. It's cool to see that. They got a lot of stuff here. They got statues, Minimates. You got the Minimates. Select figures. We got a lot of stuff here. You don't want to hear me talk. We want to hear Zach talk. I'll throw in some questions, of course. So I'm going to pass it off to Zach, and we're going to take a walk around.
Select. We got the Black Panther movie figure with the diorama base, and that is going to be coming out probably in April or May. We're still working on it. That's still a prototype right there, not 100% final, not plastic yet, but we're getting close. So expect to see that come out this spring. And next you can see our Thor Ragnarok figure. I know we've been showing this for a while. You saw it in San Diego. It's finally coming out next month, so you'll be able to pick that up in March with the swords and the lightning effects. And then next to him, we've got Beast. It's our first X-Men in a little while, like Blake said, and he's going to come with more of the Danger Room and interchangeable open hands. And hopefully you guys like him. We tried to make him pretty posable for the acrobatic stuff he needs to do. And Gene St. Jean sculpted this one. I think he did a great job capturing the Jim Lee X-Men #1 era sort of like ferocious white-eyed face. Down here you can see our Marvel Minimates. This is Series 76, if you can believe it. We've been making these since 2003. And this is our Maximum Carnage series. It's based on the famous Spider-Man storyline. A lot of characters doing it for the first time. Doppelganger, Demo Goblin. We're revisiting Cloak and Dagger. And there in the middle you can see Shriek. Now Shriek is a Build-A-Figure. So you buy all 4 sets and you can make Shriek. That's a new thing we're doing. To the side you can see Series 75, which is mostly Defenders-based, comic-based obviously, but Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Punisher, Moon Knight, Ghost Rider, Purple Man. And if you collect all 4 sets, you build Daisy Johnson, a.k.a. Quake, a character who's made it onto Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but obviously the comic version, who was at one point part of the Avengers, I believe. We've got some more Marvel stuff next to me if you want to pan over to that.
Well, real quick, Zach,
sure.
The Minimates.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like, and I know these are probably protos.
Yes.
Venom is a lot bigger, and I know during the Maximum Carnage line, he was bulky. Is this a new body style? Even looking at some of the other ones, the bodies look a little bigger than what we've seen. Is this a new body style that you're using?
We've used the slip covers for the bodies a fair amount for bulkier characters. Eventually we added in bulky like shoulder covers, which you can see here. Sometimes even like big meaty hands for like a Hulk character. So we've mixed and matched with Venom over the years. We've done some where he's like 100% bulky, some where he's just a little bulky. We decided to go this way, with a bigger chest. He is still, the other guys all pretty much have that standard block chest that we use for Minimates. And Venom, I don't know what he's got under there. Sometimes there's printing underneath where you can take off the chest block and have him look a little different.
So this is a slip cover?
Yeah, that'll come off. I would show you, but these are actually hand-painted prototypes. You might chip some paint on them. But they're all they're all real parts underneath, like actual Minimate parts that we had that we would use to make these prototypes. So yeah, this is a torso we've used before. And we have a couple different bulky torsos, and this just happens to be the one we used for Venom. So over here, we've got some Marvel Gallery pieces. These are ones we've shown recently. You can see the Netflix Punisher version 2, based on the new series. We've got Silk from the comics. We've got X-23 as Wolverine. Laura, as you know her. We've got Rogue in her Savage Land outfit from those classic Jim Lee issues. We've got Valkyrie from the Thor Ragnarok movie, and we've got Thor from the movie. Now, these are production pieces here. PVC. It'll obviously be permanently attached in that thing, unless we need to keep it separate for packaging purposes. So these are the plastic versions. They're $45 of PVC. More durable, obviously, and less expensive than statues, resin statues. Down here we got some new ones, actually. We've got Dazzler, classic Dazzler. We've got a new Deadpool here. We've done a lot of variations of our original Deadpool. This one is a new sculpt. It's a taco truck Deadpool, we're calling it. He's on the taco truck wreckage with bunny slippers and finger guns. And we've shown Black Widow before. You can see Black Widow right here in a cool crouching pose. This is our first time showing Squirrel Girl, and she comes with a few different squirrels placed around the diorama. You've got one on the right there. I think that one in the middle is going to be leaping off on the left. And then you've got Monkey Joe, her comrade and faithful companion, up on her shoulder there. This Thanos, comic-based Thanos, is going to be exclusive to GameStop, I believe. He's standing on a mountain of skulls. I think this one's going to be really popular. It came out really great. I would rattle off the sculptors and all these, but I'm actually not sure about some of them. I'm seeing a lot of these for the very first time. I know a lot of these were designed by our designer Caesar, who you may remember from a lot of comic work he did a while back. But he's doing a lot of these designs for us. Very cool. Here's Black Cat sitting on a safe that's, you can see it's got the spider symbol projecting on it, which means that Spider-Man's peeking in the window, trying to see who's trying to rob whatever this place is. And this is a Wolverine, pretty cool Wolverine, brown costume, of course, crouched on a rock formation. I really like this one. He's real savage looking, and those claws look very, very dangerous. Down here below, we've got a couple new ones. Carnage and Venom. These ones haven't been seen before either. And these are going to be, again, those gallery PVCs. Marvel Premiere Collection. These are our resin statues. You can see here a triptych, if you will, triumvirate of Deadpool, Cable, and Domino. These are, of course, the comic versions, in honor of the movie coming out. You put them all together, they form one larger diorama. You can pre-order Cable and Deadpool now. Domino we're showing for the first time ever. Lady Deadpool is being shown for the first time. I think this one came out really great. It's a really great pose, and it's a funny base with all the different garbage around. She's clearly in some sort of a pigsty. She leaves guns and knives all over the place. I assume this is her house. And down below you can see our Magneto with an interchangeable Eric Lenscher head. I don't know if I can switch them right now. Let me see. This is a resin prototype, so we'll have to. But it will come with the other head, and it will be interchangeable. And to the left there, you can see Elektra, who we have offered for pre-order already. So she's going to be coming out probably first out of all of these, maybe after Deadpool, but before Magneto and Lady Deadpool. If you go up to the top shelf, we've got two galleries here. They're going to be coming out pretty soon of Black Panther and Killmonger. And you can see these are the PVC galleries this time. So you got the $45 each. These are going to be coming out pretty soon. I think these are both production samples. And you can have them face off. We did a Black Panther for Civil War where he's kind of crouching, like on with his legs spread out. But this one is based specifically on the new movie. Here you can see our Justice League / Batman the Animated Series / Batman Beyond line. We're wrapping this up a little bit. We're doing some of the main characters we haven't gotten to. Wonder Woman bust A long time coming, so we're finally doing one of her to add to that resin bust line. We've got the gallery PVC of Flash to add to our Justice League team there. Batman Beyond, we're doing a new version of the bust. We did an exclusive version with his arms crossed and no wings for San Diego Comic-Con, but this one is the full wings extended with a Batarang. We just solicited this unmasked Phantasm bust. We showed it a few years back. We haven't talked about it in a little while, but we're offering it now. So here you see our Batman Beyond PVC diorama. I'm a big fan of this one. I really like the boot jet effect. Again, this is $45 PVC. You can see this is plastic. It's fairly lightweight, fairly durable, and it's it's just a great price point and a great sculpt. Looks like a real resin statue. Next to that, you can see our Killer Croc resin bust. And you can see our Ra's al Ghul next to him. There may have been some images out there where his arm was slightly off-center, but this is what the final piece will look like. Our Robin PVC has been a long time coming, but it should be up next. And Clayface, I think, is the next one to come for the resin bust line. Now down below, we're showing off our DC Comics gallery PVCs for the first time. We've been doing animated series, obviously, and TV and movie, but now we're doing the comic-based ones. So Joker will be exclusively at GameStop at first. Eventually, it'll go to comic shops. Green Lantern, that's a Joe Menace sculpt right there. Batman, I believe that's by Alterton. Harley Quinn, right here. I honestly forget who sculpted that one. Catwoman. Aquaman. That's by Gene St. Jean. Shazam, I believe that's another Joe Mena piece. Supergirl is a new sculptor we're using. He also did the Catwoman. That's one of my favorite pieces in this line, personally. Here's Superman, another Alterton piece. I'm sorry, another Joe Mena piece, I apologize. And the Flash, again, Joe Mena. And then you've got Green Arrow. And a second Harley Quinn piece based on the art of Joseph Michael Linsner, who you may know from Dawn, Cry for Dawn. He's done a lot of pin-up work for different for Marvel and DC. He does great stuff. And here you can see our PVCs for the CW TV shows. We've previously shown Flash and Supergirl and Arrow, but these will be coming out before the DC ones. We're just soliciting the first DC one, Harley Quinn, right now. But before the CW ones, you'll see the Justice League ones. Here you can see Cyborg, the Flash, Aquaman. That Flash is actually a production piece, so you can see how good it looks. And this is plastic. Aquaman, still a prototype there. Wonder Woman, that's actually a production piece. She looks really great. Yeah, it came out great. I love that pose. You know, it's that iconic action shot. Superman, again, that's a production piece. That's what he's going to look like. And that's Batman, obviously. You may know him. He's very popular. I'm a big fan of this piece, too, the leaping over the flames pose. It's very dynamic. I don't think I've ever seen a Batman piece quite so dynamic. I can say that because I didn't make it. I just promote this stuff. We're going to be doing some more busts for Batman 1966, the classic TV series. And these are all Gene St. Jean sculpts. And I should have mentioned all of those Justice League sculpts were by Rocco Tartamella, except for Cyborg, who was by Alterton. But these are all Gene St. Jean, hand-sculpted by Gene. So you'll get Dick Grayson with the Shakespeare bust. You'll get Bruce Wayne with the red telephone. And you'll get Alfred with the feather duster. We haven't solicited any of those yet, but as soon as they're approved, we're going to start offering them probably one a month for the next few months. So here you can see our Ghostbusters Select line. It's been doing very well for us. We finished Series 1 through 5, and we're launching Series 6 through 10. Series 6 and through 10, 6 through 8 are based on Ghostbusters 2. The first series, Vigo, Louis Tully in his Ghostbusters gear, and Ray Stantz in his gray jumpsuit. Those are all hitting very soon, I think next week. And then this is Series 7 with Janos Poha. He's exclusively in this series. He comes with Oscar and a lenticular painting. And then Series 8, you got Ray, Slime Blower Ray with that interchangeable head. And then that's going to round out Ghostbusters 2 for us. And then we're going to move down to Real Ghostbusters, the animated series. So you can see Series 9, Winston, Egon, and Slimer. And Series 10, Peter, Ray, and an articulated Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. You can see here he's going to have a lot of points of articulation there. It's still a resin prototype. And if you collect all 15 figures in Series 6 or 10, you can build this massive firehouse diorama. It's interchangeable signs. You can be Ghostbusters 1 or Ghostbusters 2. The lettering is removable above, so you can have it be the hook and ladder version from Ghostbusters 2 or a plain version from Ghostbusters 1. Slimer has interchangeable heads, and he'll come with a bus driver hat for the Ghostbusters 2 version. And the Ghostbusters all have newly sculpted heads, legs, proton packs, belts, ghost traps, and PKE meters. So it's probably 75% new, and minus the realistic torsos, which we want it to be compatible and visually compatible with our more detailed ghosts like Gozer and Taxi Driver and Librarian and Vigo. So we wanted them to be able to be in the same scene together and not look out of place. So our Nightmare Before Christmas Select line continues. We're doing 3 new 2-packs for Series 5. You can see Wolfman with Melting Man, Easter Bunny with Igor, and Vampire Jack with Batboy down there. And each 2-pack will come with, at the specialty stores in the select versions, they'll each come with a piece of a diorama to build the present building table. And so this is where they use their hammers and saws to make all sort of horrible gifts. So it comes with some wrap presents and some tools. The ghost helpers are around here. And then I think some of those will be with Series 6 as well. Series 6, we're going to have Sally with the hanging tree. The skeletons will hang from the tree. We're going to do some more Minimates, too. I don't have a ton of details about what's in the lineup right now. Harlequin with the devil, and Merperson with the clown with the tearaway face. And she'll come with her big tub that she sits in.
Price points are going to stay as they've been.
Yeah, $25 for the deluxe versions with the diorama pieces. At Toys R Us it'll probably be $15 to $18 for a basic version of the figures with no additional stuff. We've got a new action figure line starting. We're calling it the Silver Anniversary line because it's been 25 years since the original movie. These are fully articulated 10-inch scale figures, and they are wearing cloth outfits. And they each come with a massive accessory, a telescope, a podium. He comes with a sign and torch, and then Sally comes with her oven and pot. And so these will be about $50 SRP. A little more than the selects, a little less than some of our more deluxe dolls. And they're going to come in like a coffin-shaped box. And of course, we've got a couple more busts. You can see Zero and Oogie here, and we're going to do some more of the 16-inch scale dolls also. You can see some of them up here. The Snowman Jack with a removable snowman suit. Lock, Shock, and Barrel. These are going to be a little more than the normal $50 for a coffin. They'll be $80 and $75, and probably a similar price point for Jack with the podium and Sally with the cauldron. I'm really excited about this. I'm looking forward to the movie. I love the original, and the robots all look awesome. This is Series 3. We've never shown this off before. I'm a little hazy on some of the names, except that this guy is we're calling this the Drone. I don't know much about him from the story, but if you look at him, he's kind of got some kaiju elements and some Jaeger elements. The other two in the background are also Series 3. We're going to offer these in select versions with additional hands and accessories at comic shops. Then Toys R Us will have a basic robot, maybe with 1 or 2 accessories, but sometimes just the basic robot. Here's Series 2. We've shown this before, but same situation. Like Valor Omega will only have the whip at comic shops and not at Toys R Us. I think it's Guardian Bravo, Valor Omega, Guardian Bravo, and that's the big bad guy. I'm blanking his name, Onyx something. And this is Series 1, Saber Athena, Bracer Phoenix, and also up here you can see in package Gypsy Avenger. Here's the select packaging, the extra parts. Obviously you can see he's got a lot of swords and saws. And here's the Toys R Us packaging where he's just got a couple of alternate hands. So that's going to be the difference. Saber Athena will come with fewer weapons, no alternate hands, for Bracer Phoenix as well. Although Bracer Phoenix will have he'll have his guns retracted at Toys R Us, but they will be extended in his chest cannons, extended at the Select version. So that's the only sculpted detail right now that I'm aware of between the two different figures, aside from accessories. The Kaiju is going to be a little bit more expensive, $45. It's going to be vinyl with some articulation, not as much as the figures. It'll have about 8 points, both shoulders, rotation wrists, neck, hinge, neck and a hinged jaw, a neck ball joint and a hinged jaw, and I believe he'll also have a couple of points on the middle legs just for rotation, so you can have him stand up or a little bit more than he does normally. So, and then we've got these chibis. They're so super cute, Japanese super deformed style. So first time doing something like this, but we're going to do like a blind boxed a series for these. I don't know exactly how we're going to be packaging them, but they're gonna. This is the first time I'm doing them, so we'll have to see how that works out. Ready? Here are PVC gallery pieces for Kingdom Hearts. They're going to start off at GameStop, and then they're going to go to comic shops, especially stores after that. Goofy and Sora are going to kick it off, but we've got more planned, including Pete. We can't show you Pete right now, but we're going to do a bunch of those. So here's the action figures, the select action figures. You can see these are the groupings for the comic shops, especially stores. So Pete will come with the Soldier and Chip and Dale. Roxas will come with Goofy and Donald. And exclusively at comic shops, you'll get Aqua with Birth by Sleep Goofy, and she'll come with an alternate Keyblade as well. I forget the names, Rainfell, and then the other one, I can't remember. And these will also be in 2-packs at Toys R Us, GameStop, and Target. And they'll also be in single packs at Walgreens. Walgreens will have an exclusive timeless Sora, that black and white Steamboat Willie era. And I think we're going to be looking to expand it to Best Buy and also Walmart with these. Minimates. We're going to be doing 2-packs. This is Series 2. We haven't shown this before. You got Pete with Mickey, Sora with a Soldier, and Goofy with a figure to be determined. We're going to do a Deluxe Tron cycle with Sora in his Space Paranoids gear. And this is Series 1. We've shown it before, but you'll get Tron and Space Paranoids Donald, as well as Mickey and Goofy and Donald and Sora. Now the non-Tron figures are going to be shared with Toys R Us, and instead of Tron figures, Space Paranoids figures, Toys R Us is going to get the timeless versions of Mickey and Donald in Series 1 and of Goofy and Sora in Series 2. Here you can see some of our Kingdom Hearts Minimates. We've got Series 2 here. We've shown that before. Here's some art for Series 3, the Nightmare World versions. And these are, they have posable heads. These are the Kingdom Hearts ones, articulated heads. So you can have them do different poses depending on where you want them to be looking. And then DC, we're going to continue the DC lines. We've got Injustice game, Minimates coming out. Arkham game just hit. This is a comic book Series 3. Series 2 just hit not too long ago. And this is a CW Supergirl. Flash just hit a while ago for Flash TV, and we're just showed off in our catalog Arrow TV Minimates. They're not here now, but you can see them online. Sonic is our new license. We're doing Sonic Minimates. We'll do a box set for comic shops. I'm not sure which for. And then we'll do a few 2-packs with a shared pair for Toys R Us. And then we'll do gallery PVCs, again starting at GameStop and then moving to comic shops and specialty stores. There will also be minifigures for Sonic, fully sculpted, probably the same size about as the Minimates, and they'll come blind box, but also come with collect and connect racetrack pieces, so you can have set up big dioramas of them zooming around on the tracks from the game.
What about select size?
I don't believe we're doing action figures at this time. I don't know if that's part of our license, but I have not seen any specific plans for them, so I'm pretty sure that's not part of at least our initial offerings. Not sure if that's something we can do later on.
All right, so that was the Diamond Select Toys booth. Zach, phenomenal stuff.
Oh, thank you.
You never disappoint. I kind of heard somebody talking about John Wick. Could you give me a little info about that?
We're going to be doing a lot of stuff for John Wick 1 and 2. We're going to have some talks about John Wick 3 and maybe the Continental TV series down the road. But for now, John Wick 1 and 2, some great visuals from that, obviously. We're going to be doing gallery PVCs. We've got a cool one of him walking with his smoking gun. We've got another cool one of him doing an action walk with the gun set up. And we're also going to do select action figures. A couple different versions of John. Not sure how deep we're going to go into other characters from the movie for the action figures.
Maybe Common?
That would be pretty cool.
That would be awesome.
That would be pretty cool. I would love to do a Common. I got to rewatch the first one. Remember some of the assassins from that. See who might be good for that. But Common would be nice. We're going to do some Minimates too. So Common's definitely got a much better chance there. At least for a more, he might make that first before an action figure, and then our 4-inch figures, and then we're going to do Minimates too, the 2-inch figures.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. I'm a huge fan of the movie. So
not a lot of dialogue, but a hell of a lot of action.
Oh, yeah.
Who needs dialogue? Yeah, I can't wait to see those. You guys are doing an awesome job with the Marvel stuff. Obviously, I would love to see more Marvel. Besides that,
we've got a lot of Marvel planned. We're going to be continuing our work on Marvel movie stuff and on and also DC movie stuff. So expect to see more, like we've done for previous Marvel movies going forward for any future movies. I can't talk about too much, but we do have some plans. I'm not going to even say any names.
Thanos.
But we'll keep going with what we've been doing on movies from Marvel and DC.
Okay. Well, there's really no other questions I have to ask. There's so much stuff here that I'm just kind of like overwhelmed. So is my wallet right now. But thank you, Zach. It's always a pleasure.
Dude, great to see you, man.
Great to see you. Enjoy the rest of the show. Hope you get some rest. You got 2 more days, but
I sleep good at night. So,
you pass out like a baby.
Yes.
Thank you guys for watching Diamond Select Toys New York Toy Fair 2018. And we got a lot more stuff to show, so stay tuned. And by the way, thank you for putting the Ultimate Toy Collector Facebook page over 4,000 likes. I know it's a small number, but for me it's a big accomplishment. Zach has helped with that. Everybody that supported the page has helped with that. And just yesterday alone, I did a couple live videos and for me it's a big number, over 50,000 views.
For anybody, that's a big number. Awesome, man.
So thank you. The channel's evolving, and Cool Dad Pop Culture Reviews, Toy News International is always supportive. So thanks for supporting us, guys. Until next time, happy hunting.